know that will catch your attention. So let's get started. Revival in the City is bringing faith, purpose, and powerful voices to the Bahamas. We'll tell you why this is one event you won't want to miss. Also, on World Design Day, we're talking creativity, visuals, and the art of standing out. This is something you'll want to see. And wrapping things up, coming up, Clay Thompson and Meg the Stallion call it quits, and the internet is picking sides. Stay with us. What's the Buzz is next. All that and so much more on the other side of the break.
Here at the Ministry of Tourism, sustainability matters. This Earth Day, we caught up with our sustainability manager, Taryn Sims, who tells us the importance of nature tourism to the Bahamas.
When we look at sustainability, we look at the protection of the environment, the natural environment, the economic and the social environment. How do we ensure that we don't compromise one for the other? Sustainable tourism looks at good governance, how we're ensuring that we're creating systems for the local community to be engaged and strive economically whilst protecting their local environment.
Sims adds that protecting our environment adds to our overall tourism product.
We have an abundance of natural ecosystems. We have coral reefs, we have mangroves, and all of these are very important to our tourism industry. When we look at the amount of tourists that come here and engage in coastal activities, about 95%. And research has shown us that where we have healthy reefs, we have more tourists. Also, where we have healthy ecosystems, we have quality tourists. So when we have quality visitors, we have higher expenditure within our local communities. And now we can take advantage of these opportunities to have our local behemoths create businesses. And so at the Ministry of Tourism, it is key and pivotal that we're working on policies to encourage the development of small and medium-sized businesses. Schemes such as the Small Business Development Center, Blue Economy Business Development projects are crucial to developing the nature-based tourism economy here in the Bahamas. And this is highly important because, as stated before, when we look at nature-based tourism businesses and locally owned businesses, we actually retain the economic earnings within our local economy to make it better for each and every one of us.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
We're turning now to an event that's all about faith, community, and coming together in a powerful way. Revival in the City Missions Week Bahamas 2026 is set to kick off today, April 27th through May 2nd, bringing together local and international voices for a week of inspiration and impact. Joining us now, our special guest from the National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated Women's Missionary Auxiliary includes Dr. Janice Landry May and Dr. Patricia Carter, along with host Reverend Dr. Clinton Minnis. Welcome to What's Trending, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to be here.
Thank you. It's great to have you here with us. So Reverend Minnis, of course, we will start with you. Tell us about Revival in the City. What is the heart behind this Missions Week Bahamas 2026?
Thank you, Jiminita. Revival in the City began in the heart when I wrote a song called Revival in the City, Send It, Lord. That was in 2016. And the song has now become a mission, Revival in the City, Missions Week Bahamas. The song tells us we have to go into the highways, in the byways, in the hospitals, in the prison, wherever people are in the inner city. And so that is what it's all about. It's the manifestation of God, amen, in the entire society. Revival in the City, the hook word is send it, Lord.
Send it, Lord. And so tell us then, why was it important to bring an event like this to the Bahamas at this time?
Yes, this being our 4th year, we believe that God has been with us through the stages of development to the point where we have 40-plus partners who are working with us, whether they're churches, institutions, ministries, nonprofits, organizations, locally, internationally. So the impact is about collaborative partnership for kingdom advancement. And so sometimes we try to be standalone in what we do. We are stuck in our denominations. No, God wants us to cross all boundaries so that we can make the connection to impact the countries and nations for Christ.
And Dr. Landry, you're coming from the U.S. We'll bring you into the discussion. What drew you to be a part of this mission? And what are you most looking forward to this week?
Well, what drew me to this mission actually was Dr. Menace. We've been working together for over 26 years, working with young people, especially young people, and in ministries of mission and things of that nature. And he drew me here, and I've been coming ever since, trying to just share Christ through his ministry, Revival in the City, not only that ministry and the other ministries that he's attached to. And our friendship has grown in the work. And so that drew me here. But other than that, in coming here, I got attached to the St. John camp. And I try to come every year there to minister, bring goods, supplies, to work there and share Christ with all of the people there. And so that's my passion, that camp. But I'm coming for all the other entities as well. Prison ministry, all the other things that are attached to it. It's my joy, it's my heart, it's what's in me. You know, God births our passions in us when we're born. And my passion is to help others. And so I'm here for that. And
Awesome.
I'm excited about being here. And Sister Carter will talk a little bit about who we brought with us, you know, because it's not just about us.
Understandable. So we're going to jump right in with you, Dr. Carter. Tell us about your role within the Women's Missionary Auxiliary, and what will you be pouring into this weekend? Of course, tell us a little bit about who you brought with you as well.
Gladly, gladly. I was recently appointed foreign mission worker for the National Baptist Convention under Sister Virginia P. Hayes of the Women's Auxiliary and our national president. And Janice drew me to Clinton Venice when she shared about the work that they were doing in the Bahamas. I'm from Florida, that's right next door.
Okay.
And God has allowed me to do mission work in many, many countries in Africa. And we're next door neighbors in the Bahamas, and when she talked about it, I said, I want to go. And we wanted that to be our first project as a National Baptist Convention ministry.
So who's here with you?
People from, what do we have, maybe 12, 13 different states.
Okay.
And the farthest distance is Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
We have people from all the way from Seattle, from Detroit, from Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. And it's just been a marvelous, marvelous experience meeting them and getting them interested in coming and partnering. And I take this very seriously. My first encounter with a foreign missionary was in the 6th grade.
Wow.
A teacher brought her to talk to us about Borneo. She was an AME missionary in Borneo. And we had to do all the things that teachers make you do, look it up in the encyclopedia, what's the language. But that whet my appetite for knowing more about missions, what it was about, what people needed. And as I grew and understood what Matthew 28 was talking about.
We said, this is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I understand. So we're going to go back to you, Dr. Landry, and talk to us when you think about revival in today's world. What does that mean to you, and what are you hoping that that does during this week?
Well, what I'm hoping is that an outpouring of the Holy Spirit to fall fresh upon us, fall fresh on each and every one of the missionaries that have come from far and near, and that we might be able to empower others through what the Holy Spirit is doing in us, because the Holy Spirit will speak to us, tell us who to go to, who to talk to, who to minister to, what to do, what to give, what to bring. And so I'm just praying that the Holy Spirit will empower us in such a way that we'll share Christ with them and people will be saved. That's the main thing, that souls will be saved. You know the times that we're living in now. And so we really, really need God to show up and show out this week in NASA.
Definitely. And for you, Dr. Minnis, for people thinking about attending, what can they expect? Where is the event going to be? What do they need to do to be a part of this event?
Yes, we invite all of our citizens who are interested in the empowerment of God to be a part of what God is doing. On tomorrow night, we begin at the New Destiny Baptist Cathedral with Bishop Delton Fernando and Elder Dr. Vanita Josie, President of the International Association of Ministers' Wives and Ministers' Widows. She will be given a charge on women focused on mission. And on Thursday, we're going to be at Bahamas Faith Ministries with Dr. Dave Burrows. And the focus is real men on real mission for Christ. And so we have Reverend James Morgan out of Mississippi, Pastor Dave, Apostle Henry Higgins from the International Men's Day Committee. There's a strategic collaboration. And of course, Pastor Dave will declare what needs to happen. And then on Friday night, we're going to be live at First Baptist Church. We have youth on a mission for Christ. Youth on a mission, locked in for Christ. And so it's going to be crazy and wild with the Urban Renewal Band, Trinae Gibson, Landlord, DJ Counselor. All kind of things going to go on Friday night. I don't know if First Baptist will be standing after Friday night. It's going to get crazy.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a powerful and timely event. Revival in the City Missions Week Bahamas 2026 runs from today, April 27th through May 2nd. Be sure to come out and be a part of what promises to be an uplifting experience. Thanks again to our guests. But don't go anywhere. World Design Day is coming up next. Stay with us.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Long Island, we've helped 77 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $1.9 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Long Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: fishing, transportation, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC, Bahamas.
Design is everywhere, from the posts we double tap to the images that stop us mid-scroll. And with today marking World Design Day, we're spotlighting the creatives behind the visuals that shape how we see the world. Joining us now is graphic artist and photographer Kay Sweeting, who is blending creativity and storytelling in a powerful way. Kay, welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here with us. So let's start here. When did you realize that design and photography were your thing?
I started at a young age. I pretty much didn't want to do anything outside of a creative field, so I had to be a graphic designer, photographer, because it's in the family.
That was just along the family trail.
Yes.
So your work lives where people scroll the most. How do you create something that actually makes people stop and pay attention?
That is a process, because people's minds are very short span nowadays, so you have to be eye-catching from the get-go, but at the same time, I'm a very minimal artist, so it's a process.
It sounds like it could be challenging, though, from day to day, trying to figure out, okay, what's going to get someone's attention?
Yes, it can be, and it's also your target audience, too. So not everybody is your audience, so you don't want to catch everybody's eye. But for the most part, the people that appreciate my form of art, they get it.
They get it. So you're both a graphic artist and a photographer. So how did those two worlds come together in your work?
When I was younger, I had this really small Kodak camera, and I would use my sister as a guinea pig to take pictures. After that, it elevated to having a Canon Rebel, but the design aspect came from my aunt. She was a teacher at Success Training, so I had this book that she used to instruct, so I was curious about it, and that's where that started.
So if you had to describe your design style in 3 words, what would it be?
Clean, minimal, luxury.
I like that. So you came fully prepared. So obviously today is World Design Day. What does design mean to you beyond just making things look good?
Functionality. I want design to be functional, not only just I'm putting out a poster, I'm putting out a flyer, a logo. I want it to represent the company, myself, so it speaks more to the individual or the corporation, and it kind of opens doors to the target audience in a way they can trust who they're seeing, who they're engaging in. So once it's functional, it's already made its stepping stone.
I get that. And so how has being in the Bahamas influenced your creative style or the stories you choose to tell?
It's been interesting because Bahamians don't necessarily, they're just now getting into appreciating graphic design.
Okay.
So in order for me to say, I think my inspiration came from abroad, just because the market was always there. So I had inspiration from designers, international designers. But now, because Bahamians are more open to it, they see the value of it, and they're like open to your creativity now. So it's not just, okay, I want this, do that, push this on it. They're listening to their designers now, and that was a little bit of a challenge because they didn't always listen to us.
That makes a lot of sense. So what's something that people would be surprised to learn about the work that goes into one of your pieces?
It's not a quick process. For me, it's a lot of research. I do a lot of groundwork because I do want their project to be unique to them, and I don't want it to be something that they've seen before. So I do a lot of research and behind the scenes.
That sounds very, very niche. So for anyone watching who is creative but unsure where to start, what would you say to them?
I would say find your niche. It is funny that you said it's niche, but finding your niche. There are a lot of different parts of design that you can get into, but you don't want to get lost in trying to do everything. So before you get into deciding, okay, I'm gonna do logos, I'm gonna do print and media, I'm gonna do, find your niche and stick to that and develop it over time. Don't be a jack of all trades, because then you're gonna lose yourself in it and you won't be known for everything. You'll be known for, there's no specialty.
To get on.
Yeah, you want to have a specialty. So that's what I would say.
I get that. Well, such a great perspective and a reminder that design really is all around us. So happy World Design Day, and a big thank you, Kai, for coming here. Kay, of course, for coming here and sharing your creative journey with us. So thanks again. Thank you too. Well, if you've ever been told your child is too talkative or overactive, you're not alone. In today's Teaching Diary, we're shifting that perspective and exploring how to guide those big personalities in a positive way.
behavior you're trying to correct is actually your child's greatest strength. That child who talks a lot may be a future leader or communicator. The one who asks too many questions could be a deep thinker. The child who won't sit still may have energy meant to build, create, and explore. Sometimes what we call misbehavior is really misdirected strength. Instead of shutting it down, guide it, shape it, teach them when and how to use it. Because when children feel constantly corrected, they begin to shrink. But when they feel understood, they begin to grow. Don't just discipline the behavior, discover the gift behind it. Strong children aren't built by silence, but by guidance.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bing bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
Oh, isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
Relationship drama goes public in a big way. A near-deadly security scare, and things get heated on and off the NBA court. The Bahama Beauty has got it all in What's the Buzz?
I'm the Bahama Beauty, and here's What's the Buzz for this week. It's usually hard to say it's over, but not for Megan Thee Stallion, who took to her Instagram story over the weekend to confirm her breakup with NBA star Klay Thompson. And let's just say she did not hold back. That post immediately sent social media reeling, and that's where things get messy. The internet started digging into Klay's past relationships, even his quote-unquote cheating diary another ex found. To make matters worse, rumors began swirling that he not only cheated on Megan with one, but multiple women. One of them allegedly being WNBA player Lexi Brown. Shortly after those rumors hit the streets, Lexi wasted no time limiting her comments on TikTok, and Klay swiftly unfollowed her on Instagram, making matters even worse. No one has publicly confirmed the cheating allegations, but online, the narrative is already written. The president with 9 lives. Donald Trump was the target of another attempted assassination. While attending the White House Correspondents Association dinner at the Washington Hilton, a gunman tried to storm the security area, shooting one agent before being tackled by the Secret Service. Details are still unfolding, but this marks yet another alarming incident involving a high-profile political figure and raises renewed concerns about safety and political tensions in the U.S. Officials are expected to release more information as the investigation continues. And playoff basketball is heating up. Game 4 of the Nuggets versus Wolves series got physical when Nikola Jokic and Jaden McDaniels were involved in a tense on-court scuffle that had players and referees stepping in quickly. In a dominant game against the Nuggets to take a 3-1 series lead, with seconds left on the clock, all players stopped playing. All except one. Jaden McDaniels decided to take a wide-open layup, adding insult to injury, sparking Nikola Jokic to run up on him aggressively and grabbing McDaniels' jersey. There were no injuries reported or blows thrown, but some hefty fines were handed down. $50,000 to Jokic and $35,000 to McDaniels. Because if there's one thing the NBA does not play about, it's keeping fights off the hardwood. Game 5 kicks off tonight at 9:30 p.m.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger have many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn down the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken.
So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken.
Those pepper wings.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
On Tuesday's show, workplace safety is in focus, especially here in the Bahamas. From dangers to hidden risk, we break it all down with an expert. Well, thanks for watching. Stay connected with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Biometric voter cards distribution underway on Grand Bahama. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal sounds the alarm, warning the public about scammers posing as agents. And Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain speaks out, responding to bankruptcy claims.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
And welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Day one of biometric voter card distribution is now underway after weeks of anticipation. While many are welcoming the shift away from paper-based identification, the rollout hasn't been without some challenges. Here's tonight's top story. For the first time in the country's history, voters will be able to cast their ballots using biometric voter cards. In an effort to modernize the process, officials say that the cards are optional and use biometric data, specifically facial images and fingerprints.
We have begun the distribution of the biometric cards for East Grand Bahama, Marco City, Pine Ridge, and well, West End has always been in the picture. Hundreds of Grand Bahamians would have turned up to collect their biometric cards at all the sites.
We visited Christ the King and the Parliamentary Registration Headquarters to hear directly from residents about their experience receiving the new cards. Many expressed support for the initiative, applauding the government's efforts to improve and modernize the system.
Well, I feel good. I feel entitled now this is really up to date. Yeah, I'm proud to be a Bahamian and receiving my voter's card.
I feel good in getting the card, but I think they can do better with the process and giving it out.
But there were some residents who say that the process could have been more organized. They point to long wait times, and for some, they were still not able to collect their cards.
I feel very disappointed, to be honest. Very disappointed seeing that I came in on time. I waited for the amount of time they told me to come back. And now here it is. This is the day for the collection. And my card is nowhere to be found.
I'm not sure if they are really organized with the names in alphabetical order.
It doesn't make sense to carry on, you know. I'm satisfied as long as I get to vote. That's the main thing.
Now, Thompson notes that the offices have been especially busy due to the high volume of biometric voter card registrations and advanced polling. However, they are doing their best to ensure efficiency and distribution. In other news, the Parliamentary Registration Department is issuing a notice to employers and employees ahead of the advanced poll. Under Regulation 8 of the Parliamentary Elections Regulation, employers are required to allow registered employees time off to vote. Workers are entitled to 2 hours in addition to their lunch break to cast their ballots. This does not apply to employees whose shift begins after 10 a.m. or ends before 4 p.m. Employers are also prohibited from deducting pay or penalizing staff for taking this time. Failure to comply is an offense with penalties up to $1,000 in fines or 6 months imprisonment. The department is urging all employers to comply fully with the law. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal is warning the public about individuals falsely claiming to act as agents on its behalf. In a press statement, the ministry says these individuals have been soliciting funds from residents in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Abaco for housing packages and property purchases. Officials stress that no one is authorized to collect money on behalf of the ministry unless officially designated to do so. The matter has been reported to the police, and members of the public who have been approached or affected are being urged to come forward and make a report. The ministry is also reminding residents that all official payments are made at its offices and must be accompanied by a verifiable receipt. Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain addressing bankruptcy claims after court documents reveal that a creditor has initiated a debtor's summons against him in connection with an outstanding debt tied to more than a decade-old financial agreement. Romiko Knowles has more details in this report.
They say I filed for bankruptcy. I have not filed for bankruptcy.
Leader of the Coalition of Independence, Lincoln Bain, addressing bankruptcy claims stemming from court documents which show that a creditor has initiated a debtor summons against him, a legal step under the Bankruptcy Act requiring repayment of an alleged debt, filling which bankruptcy proceedings may follow. According to court filings, the matter relates to financial agreements dating back to April 2010 between Bain and Freeport resident Zania Roll. The documents state that Roll provided $40,000 under 2 agreements with terms for repayment after 3 years at a rate of 10% annual interest. Court records further indicate that Bain disputed the agreements, claiming his signature had been forged. However, the trial judge rejected that defense, finding Roll to be a credible witness and ruling the agreements valid and enforceable.
That's a business deal gone bad, and that business deal went bad because I was fighting for the people of Pinewood.
Now, during the Facebook Live on Friday, April 24th, Bain explained his position on this transaction, linking the situation to his political work in the community of Pinewood, which he now seeks to represent in the halls of Parliament.
And this whole thing now that I'm suffering through all these years later is because I was attacked because I chose to stand up. I want you to understand that. And so, am I a bad person for being attacked? I never owe nobody. This is the first time I had any debt.
Court documents indicate the amount owed is approximately $64,000. An additional $26,000 was awarded in costs following an unsuccessful appeal to the Privy Council. The debtor's summons requires Bain to either pay the outstanding balance, reach a settlement, or apply to have the summons set aside within 21 days of service. Failure to comply could result in further bankruptcy proceedings.
If the other side wants to put me to bankruptcy, even though we had an agreement and payments have already been made, then that's on them. But at the end of the day, that is a personal matter between two young Bahamians at the time. They keep calling her old woman. She was a little older than me, a couple of years. And that's a business deal gone by.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And still to come.
Advocates warn sexual abuse is rising as a local counselor reveals the warning signs in children. Those stories, sports, and more when we return.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this month.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Ginger Moxie, candidate for Pine Ridge, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Ginger for the people, choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
When your body craves the water it needs, be sure to give it the best. Aroac Springs.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you're thinking about what to get her this year, make it something that lasts. At Connect Bahamas, we transform everyday spaces into something that's truly special. From custom cabinets and elegant countertops to tiles, premium flooring, windows, and doors. And just in time for Mother's Day, Connect Bahamas is back with our 35% off Mother's Day sale happening April 16th through May 16th. This is your moment to upgrade her home. Visit us today and take advantage of the savings.
You're invited to the Spring Revival at the Seventh-day Adventist Church on Gambia Drive on May 2nd through the 16th at 7:15 p.m. nightly. Come and hear Dr. Henry R. Moncur speak hope to our community and a world in chaos.
Third Dimension celebrates Mom with a Mother's Day sale. Get 20% off housewares, lawn and garden, plus up to 35% off select tiles in store. Friday, May 1st and Saturday, May 2nd. Shop and save for Mom today. Use code Mother's Day to save online at thirddimension242.com.
Kingsley Smith Jr., candidate for West Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. It's still one love. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
It used to be when one line faulted, the whole neighborhood went dark. Now, this device sends a pulse, finds the problem, and reroutes power so more homes stay connected. Upgrades like this one are reducing outages and transforming our grid, making it stronger and smarter. That means more reliable power, lower operating costs, and lower bills. Instead of short-term patches or temporary fixes, we're building a modern new grid.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their June 2026 intake and is holding a free information session at the Pelican Bay Hotel on April 30th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB accredited and NACOB recognized MBA and BA business top-ups for holders of associate degrees, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible, and can be completed in a minimum of 1 year. Reserve a place now at seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
People like me don't always get asked to lead, but I never waited to be asked to serve. I wasn't born into politics. I earned my way through service. As an educator, shaping young minds, as a police reserve officer, protecting our community, and for over a decade, serving you, the people of Central Grand Bahama. I've seen firsthand what our people face. Families working hard, but still struggling to get ahead. Communities needing more support, more opportunities, more action. Because here in Grand Bahama, we don't need just promises. We need leadership that understands the people. This campaign isn't about titles. It's about service. It's about community. It's about us. I'm Fraser Gibson, and I'm ready to continue to serve you in Central Grand Bahama.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Advocates say cases of sexual abuse against children continue to climb. Tonight, a local guidance counselor warns that sexual abuse can have lasting psychological effects that impact behavior and learning in the classroom, and stresses the need for safe spaces at school and at home. Here's that report. Guidance counselor Kelisa San says sexual abuse can impact a child's emotional well-being and academic performance, adding that trauma can affect focus, participation, and trust in the classroom. She stresses that this is why early conversations and supportive environments, both at school and at home, are critical.
Some of the commonalities that we would have seen would have been depression, withdrawal, academic performance declining, and then even an increase in aggression.
San says abused children often become withdrawn and afraid, avoiding certain adults, resisting school, and distancing themselves from places tied to the trauma.
This particular student would always be that sociable student, always going outside and socializing with their peers, and then all of a sudden they're quiet, their head is, on the desk. You try to get close to them, and their antennas are up.
Though girls are more commonly affected, Sands stresses that boys are also victims, and they show signs that should never be ignored.
With the boys, you're going to realize that the behavior is going to increase. All of a sudden, they're going to be much more defensive. They're going to be much more territorial of their space and their boundaries.
The guidance counselor emphasizes that these conversations must start early. Children must also understand who may cross those boundaries.
Listen, I had to be with my children and say, sometimes bad touches comes from family member, because you don't want that child to think that only a stranger can give a bad touch. But then if a family member does a bad touch, it's okay.
According to the senior guidance counselor, sexual abuse cases among minors rose during the pandemic, but fewer are being reported now. She urges parents to stay vigilant and prioritize their child's safety.
Even in the back of your minds, parents, if the story still does not sound right, you don't show it on your face. You don't allow the child to hear it in your tone that something is wrong. You listen. And the second thing you do is you reassure your child. And then you even apologize for the behavior that may have taken place by someone else.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson, Everest. Up next is your Health is Wealth Monday Tip.
Swimmer's ear is an infection often brought on by water left in your ear after swimming. The most common cause of this infection is bacteria invading the skin inside your ear canal. Usually, you can treat swimmer's ear with ear drops. Prompt treatment can help prevent complications and more serious infections. The symptoms are usually mild at first, but they may get worse if your infection is not treated or if it spreads. So please visit your doctor when you begin to notice an ear infection, because the earlier you seek treatment, the easier the infection is to resolve. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and remember, your greatest wealth is your health.
That's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports? But before we go to sports...
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Coptodermis formisalis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Dr. Monique Pratt, the candidate for East Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. The prescription for progress. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pindart says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
81, candidate for Marco City, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote. On May 12th, make your voice count. Ready with Eddie. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
I think you know the rest of the song. We are celebrating something special. Mothers. Our mothers are to be celebrated. So the Bahama Brass Band, along with the legendary Cooling Waters, are coming together for a celebration of a lifetime. It's Mother's Day Concert 2026. Come and join the Bahama Brass Band and the legendary Cooling Waters on Saturday, May 9th at Jubilee Cathedral, 6 p.m. 2026, under the patronage of the Minister for Grand Bahama and Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Miss Ginger Moxie. Saturday, May 9th, 6 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral. I want to see you there.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. The Freeport Rugby Club stormed to a third straight Capital Union Bank title over the weekend, defeating the Cuckoos out of New Providence 52-32.
Very proud of the boys. They played really well. We had some good structure throughout a lot of the game, but Cuckoos played really, really hard. Put us under pressure, scored a number of tries, but thankfully we managed to get it back and followed our game plan in certain sections, and that's where we scored all our tries.
FRC drew first blood in this one. Off the scrum, Miguel Bethel got the toss from Kyle Charlton and would find nothing but daylight, scoring the first try for Freeport Rugby Club. Later on in the half, Bethel would score his second try of the day, but the MVP of the match would be Devon Sade. The speed was on full display as the big fella rumbled and stumbled his way for a hat-trick, scoring on 1, 2, 3 occasions for the day.
Just how we came in, we lost Theo, so we did this one for Theo. So that's why we played so hard today. This was my first time scoring 3 tries in the game. So it's good. Everybody's expecting us to lose because the team would beat us. They end up beating to come to the championship, so they thought we was going to lose that game.
Now the club will get ready for its 60th anniversary celebrations starting this weekend. And that's your sports fix this evening. Your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs, and as Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Parco Deal, candidate for Central Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Seal the deal with Parco Deal. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
It used to be when one line faulted, the whole neighborhood went dark. Now, this device sends a pulse, finds the problem, and reroutes power, so more homes stay connected. Upgrades like this one are reducing outages and transforming our grid, making it stronger and smarter. That means more reliable power, lower operating costs, and lower bills. Instead of short-term patches or temporary fixes, we're building a modern new grid.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their June 2026 intake and is holding a free information session at the British Colonial Hotel on April 29 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB accredited and NACOB recognized MBA and BA business top-ups for holders of associate degrees, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible, and can be completed in a minimum of 1 year. Reserve a place now at seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
Can't be happening, but no, man.
What happened, boy?
Hey, Michael, that's you?
Yeah, that's me, but don't Michael me. It looks like we got a flat tire situation.
Wait, you wouldn't believe. I just got this tire 3 days ago, and the thing done flat.
I feel your pain, but let me tell you something. Let me help you. People don't buy them kind of tires no more. People smart today. Let me help you. go to KMW Batteries and Tires on West Settlers Way.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you can get a brand new tire now for a few dollars more or even less. Now, it's a lucky day for you because I got their number right here. Okay. Call them now because you're going to need their road service.
Thank you, Michael. Right now.
KMW Battery and Tire, West Settlers Way. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. 351-2595.
Me back up come from old
school. When the bees won't kill you in the bush.
Oh, Jesus.
They stranded right up by stinging right up.
I was chosen. Very well.
Be glad to see somebody who's concerned.
I'm here.
Yes, God
is here. You know how to find me.
Yes, I know where the
You got our number and everything, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Blessings to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Why politics now? After becoming an attorney, I've had the opportunity of being able to traverse different levels of the community and hearing the cry of people. And I've decided, instead of me just standing around, listening, and just being the voice at court, I've decided that I will now be the voice in Parliament. It's now that I feel it's not easy, but it's necessary.
Sealing that deal with Paco Deal. Hello. All the way. Paco.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Evers.
Jay Stubbs.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good evening.
Did you know that 1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed? Excessive speed impedes a driver's point of perception, which affects braking distance. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the law dictates that the speed limit shall be 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is 45 miles per hour. Here are some safety tips for you. Avoid aggressive and distracted driving. Reduce excessive speed and drive at the appropriate speed to suit the current road conditions. Avoid operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Be vigilant and always maintain good visibility of the road, and be mindful of other road users, such as pedestrians. Leave out in a timely manner to compensate for potential traffic delays. Even one life lost to traffic fatality is one life lost too many. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
This public service announcement is brought to you by FG Insurance Agents and Brokers, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, an early afternoon power outage may have hampered the process, but the election register has been released ahead of Thursday's advanced poll. Plus, rising cases of invoice fraud throwing a monkey wrench in the wheels of the country's primary revenue engine. And scores of aviation workers to benefit from a new 5-year agreement that clears the way for increased salaries and improved training. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Operations at the Parliamentary Registration Department briefly disrupted after a power outage triggered an alarm. Staffers and visitors were evacuated as a precautionary measure. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson telling ZNS News, though, that the situation is under investigation and that normal operations were expected to resume once the all clear was given. Now, that evacuation coming just as political candidates were
scheduled to collect the voters' register ahead of Thursday's advance poll and 2 weeks before the May 12th general election amid confusion and rising political tension. Desmond Saunders was at the Parliamentary Registration Department earlier this afternoon.
Concerns intensified tonight over the release of the National Voters Register just days before the advance poll this week. Several Free Nation Movement candidates, along with the organization's legal lead, Michael Scott, gathered outside the Parliamentary Registration Department, raising alarm over what they describe as confusion and inconsistency in the distribution of the register.
Some people, some constituencies have received, or representatives of constituencies have received different pieces of the register, but nobody, as I understand it, has received the whole, meaning the advance poll register for the advance poll, which is to take place on Thursday, the external or overseas register, and the complete register for the entire country.
Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson pushing back, rejecting claims of delays. He says the register was signed off in accordance with the law and made available from early this morning, with multiple parties, including the Progressive Liberal Party, the Free Nation Movement, and the Coalition of Independents, collecting their copies.
Today is the publishing day, and we are publishing the register. We have signed off the register as mandated by law, and it's being published today. They're picking up the registers today. There's no delay. I could assure the Bahamas that the voting process, the integrity will be upheld. We are working seriously to make sure that all eligible Bahamians who registered have the opportunity to vote, and the integrity of the system should not be questioned.
Thompson assuring that every effort is being made to resolve the situation quickly. Tensions also surfaced on the ground, with Free Nation Movement Deputy Leader Shannon Cartwright engaging in a brief but pointed exchange with Thompson, expressing disappointment about the handling of the process.
It's deeply troubling, not just for us as an organization, but we represent the Bahamian people. And they are deeply concerned about what they see happening. And
for everybody who came in early, they got their register, they signed on it, we have the record there, and we know who got the registers and who didn't get registered.
Many of the candidates say they will continue to monitor the situation every step of the way. Here at the Parliamentary Registration Department, Desmond Saunders of Bahamas Tonight.
Well, the Progressive Liberal Party will, meantime, take its message to the central east quadrant of New Providence tonight, testing the waters at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Making tonight's lineup, Cabinet Ministers Glenys Hanna-Martin, Mario Bolag, and Mal Slaruta. Headlining will be both the Deputy Prime Minister and Prime Minister. On the ground for us, our Corval Pyfrom. Corval?
And because it's almost a sure bet that we will hear that very issue that occurred there at the Parliamentary Registration Department addressed here at tonight's Choose Progress rally, which will get underway tonight at 8 o'clock. Now, this is a very big night for the Progressive Liberal Party. I know I say that at each of these events, but this is a big night for a very big week. It is the last rally that will take place in New Providence ahead of this week's advance poll, which of course takes place on Thursday. More than 20,000 people are registered to take part in that upcoming poll, and so tonight's message will obviously be fine-tuned to that demographic. Now, among the speakers we expect to hear from tonight will be Angliston's Glenys Hanna-Martin, Pinewood's Miles Slaruta, Mario Bolag from Garden Hills, Patricia DeVoe from Bamboo Town, as well as Bacchus Rowe from South Beach, Jamal Strawn from Nassau Village, as well as the Deputy Leader, Chester Cooper, and Leader Philip Davis. Now, tonight is also going to be a continuation of what we've seen the Progressive Liberal Party do at these events, where they're going to make the case for why they feel as though they are deserving of a second term. But this being an election week, expect the language to be ramped up some. And so you're going to hear direct contrast, a stark contrast drawn tonight between leadership, where you will hear Prime Minister Davis talk about the fact that he has proven, tested leadership. He's results-driven and results to back it up. Meanwhile, he will argue that Michael Pintard and the FNM are a divided house, and a divided house, he'll make the case, cannot stand. So those are just some of the things they are still setting up here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. This is, of course, where tonight's Choose Progress rally for progress for the Progressive Liberal Party takes place. It's the last show here in Nassau before they hit the road. They're going to Andros, South Andros on Tuesday, then North Andros on Wednesday. Our big show gets underway tonight at 8 o'clock on Ianthea Ferguson. I hope that you will join her. We will, of course, have lots more on this evening's event in our later newscast. Reporting live at the Rally for Progress for the Progressive Liberal Party, I'm Corvell Python. Let's go back to you, Mukushla.
Well, thanks, Corvell. And of course, you could hear more about tonight's rally in our 11 o'clock newscast. In other news, housing officials are looking to put an end to a troubling trend, and the police are expected to help them out. Apparently, there are individuals here in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Abaco who are soliciting funds from the public for deposits towards house packages and property purchases. The issue forcing the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal to issue a statement making it clear that no individual on any island is authorized to collect funds on its behalf unless designated to do so. The matter has been reported to police. Now, in the event you've been approached or affected, you're strongly urged to also report the matter. On the other hand, if you've made payments to any such individual, you're advised to make a formal report without delay. There's also the reminder that all payments to the ministry are made at respective offices and is accompanied by an official receipt. Well, fake deals also a concern for the Department of Customs, who, while not dealing with a new trend, has yet to stamp out a long-standing one that ultimately threatens the country's bottom line. Amaya Moss has the story.
10 cases of invoice fraud each week. That's the troubling trend Customs Controller Ralph Monroe says his department faces each week, one that not only puts enforcement efforts to the test, but impacts the bottom line of the country's main revenue earner. As Monroe explains, the practice often involves deliberate underreporting on the value of goods, allowing individuals or businesses to pay significantly less in custom duties than required by law. In the process, the integrity of the systems undermined, and honest importers ultimately pay the price.
You would have an invoice where someone no doubt paid $1,000, and when you look at it, they probably got $600 or maybe $500. In other cases, where they say they purchased 1,000 items, when you look on the invoice, it may say 800. Only on examination, you'd find that the numbers are not what they are on the invoice. Or when you compare the prices with when you go online or you go back to the supplier, you'd find out that the prices have been slashed.
According to the controller, due to pressures on the judicial system, he has the authority to handle some of these cases.
And when persons opt for the controller to deal with it rather than going to the court, the controller can sit down and he can actually impose fine. If he chooses to, the controller can also confiscate the goods and have the goods forfeited. And so most persons would prefer the controller to deal with it because it doesn't become public knowledge.
Officials say the cost of deception can run as high as 3 times the value of the goods. And while justice may not come instantly, they insist it will. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Coming up, the National Youth Guard graduates its latest cohort. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The week moves fast. Move smart with KFC. Monday, start with crunchy deals. Tuesday, you already know, it's crazy. Wednesday, don't break the 20. Thursday, grab the Rap Star for $8.95. Friday, you made it. Grab the Crunchy Deals Value Box for $9.95. Saturday night, we got you covered. And Sunday, no stoves today. The fill-up box feeds the family. Outsmart the week with KFC.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pindart says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger have many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn up the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know.
Those pepper wings.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? You haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
You're looking at a shot of Christ Church Cathedral, one of the oldest structures here in New Providence. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Shane Gibson. Thanks, Shane. Welcome back. The mother of one of 2 juveniles injured during a weekend shooting speaks out tonight, grateful for her daughter's progress, but hoping for justice. West Alex Forbes has the story.
The 3 injured females, including the 15-year-old, had just arrived in a black van outside of a business establishment in Kennedy Subdivision. When a gray Honda CR-V pulled up, police indicated that 3 masked men armed with firearms exited the vehicle and opened fire in the direction of the van before fleeing the scene.
And I saw that video, the footage where it was sent to my phone. I say, it's only God, grace, and mercy that allowed them to walk them out of that. Because when I look at my 15-year-old daughter to see where every gunshot boom was, it was for her life to be taken away. But I know God spared her to give her a beautiful testimony.
It's been over a week since the shooting of the 3 females, ages 15, 17, and 33. The mother of the 15-year-old says her daughter sustained multiple injuries, including gunshot wounds to the hip, leg, stomach, as well as a grazed bullet wound to the forehead. But her condition is improving.
To be honest with you, the only thing I get to ever tell you right now is she's feeling, I feel like she's more stronger than me. She's telling me be strong. And she's telling me just to keep on praying that everything is going to be all right. But as me as a mother, I can understand what she is saying to me, but at the end of the day, that's my child. Only me can understand and feel that pain because it is at my doorstep. So it is nothing for me to say take easy or to say brush off, because I could have lost my child in this whole ordeal.
As police continue to probe this case, the mother is also hoping to receive updates.
Because apparently this is an open case. I understand, I respect what they're doing. It's still investigation needs to be going on, but still reach out and let us know that y'all are here with us as the family, because we could have lost these individuals with him or them. I leave them to God, and vengeance is not mine. But whatever you have done, I'm not speaking violence, I'm not speaking nothing against them, but I leave everything to God. But like they say, the Bible says you reap what you sow. And just my heart, you understand me, how I feel as a mother. You could laugh, rejoice off the situation, like whatever you feeling, but nobody go unpaid. But I just pray to God they find the Lord and Savior.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Meantime, some movement in Sunday's homicide in the area of Ferguson's subdivision. According to police, a 40-year-old man turned himself into the Carmichael Road police station, accompanied by his attorney. Now, based on what we've been told, the victim, a 30-year-old man, was at a gathering just after midnight Sunday when he got into an altercation with another man believed to be from the area. Police say both men reportedly left the event arguing, heading in the same direction. A short time later, the victim was seen running north down the street with a stab wound to the neck. He soon collapsed and died. His alleged killer is said to have fled the scene in an unknown direction. At last report, the suspect was assisting police with investigations into the matter. Well, on the labor scene this evening, the Airport Authority and the Public Managers Union ink its industrial agreement over a 4-year period. Here is PMU President Leslie Munnings on what workers stand to gain.
In our view, this latest agreement with the Airport Authority ensures continuing consultation, salary adjustments to help keep pace with the increased cost of living, and insurance premiums remain manageable. It also provides increased incentives for staff performance and reliability. This agreement consists of over 50 pages. However, only one relates directly to increase in annual salaries. This means that we, both the PMU and the Airport Authority, understand that our success is based on much more than money.
This new agreement spans 5 years, retroactive to July 1st, 2025. It affects some 70 employees, according to PMU's first Vice President, Luciano Seymour.
It prioritizes training and professional development with a strong focus on health and safety standards. These provisions are essential not only for protecting our managers and staff, but also for ensuring that our airports operate at market standard levels of safety and efficiency. This is especially critical to our tourism product, as each year, millions of passengers traverse our airports, and the quality of their first and last impressions of the Bahamas rests heavily on the competence, preparedness, and safety consciousness of those who manage.
Reporters cheered on 80 National Youth Guard graduates. This group of 47 young women, and 34 young men isn't just celebrating a milestone, they're stepping up, ready to be on the front lines when disaster strikes. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis is on hand, joining other dignitaries to mark the moment.
What you have chosen to do matters to our entire nation. In every hurricane season and in every unexpected emergency, we will need Bahamians who are trained and ready to meet what that moment requires. By standing here today as you graduates, you're helping to build a country that is more resilient, more prepared, and more united. Let me also take this opportunity to salute the people who stood behind you. To the families and friends of our graduates, your encouragement, your patience, your prayers, and your sacrifices have made their achievement possible.
Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell touting the exemplary service of former Customs Officer and Chief of Protocol Andrew McKinney, who died on Sunday. Mr. Mitchell lauded McKinney as a consummate professional who made a lasting impact on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Many people will remember him as a stickler for state protocol, and many of the procedures which we follow today in all of the public ceremonies were really written and recorded by Andrew McKinney. So it is fitting for us as a division and as a ministry to pay tribute to the long service which he gave to our country and to this ministry. And we are tasked by the Prime Minister to work with his family to design an appropriate service to memorialize the work which he did.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
A household name carries a lot of approval, and when you're shopping for household, you need a household name. For 50 years, Bahamas Welding and Fire has been a household name in outdoor grills and kitchen appliances. Need to beautify that yard space for your grill? BWF has it covered. For the industrial worker, you can find a complete line of tools and safety equipment. For the welder of any level or budget, you can find the right machinery to power everything. There's no shortage on power with a wide array of generators, and safety is everyone's responsibility. Find everything needed to protect everyone on the worksite. Over 40,000 square feet of shopping space in a convenient location. Bahamas Welding and Fire. We're more than just our name. Located number 13 Wilton Street.
Taking the kids out for ice cream? Easy. Well, mostly. But paying? That part's actually become simpler and safer than ever. A quick tap of your card uses encrypted contactless technology designed to protect your information while speeding up checkout. No cash to count, no fumbling for change while the kids are deciding on sprinkles. Because some things should be easy, like paying for a little happiness. The future of pay is digital.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Our forests are one of our most precious and important resources. Forests pump out oxygen we need to live and absorbs the carbon dioxide we breathe out. Forests help keep the earth cool. Forests are home to birds, butterflies, and other important wildlife. Forests prevent droughts. Forests help reduce air pollution and also muffles noise pollution. Forests act as a shield against natural disasters. Forests are a source of income for many Bahamians.
The Bahamas Forestry Unit protects and sustainably manages forests throughout the Bahamas.
For our environment.
For our health.
For our livelihood.
For future generations.
For us.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, the sun may be setting outside, but I could tell you Royston is a whole ray of sunshine this evening. And as you can see why, Marlena is back. Marlena, we missed you. We really did.
I missed you guys too.
But we're going to check in. We're going to check in now on what's coming up in Access Now.
I got to say, Marlena's doing, well, she's 100% in spirit, but still 70% with the shoulder injury. So the fact that she's here, we're so happy.
Oh, thank you. Vocab word of the day is subluxation. It's a partial dislocation. That's what I did to my shoulder. Stop sleeping on your side, everybody. Don't let it be you.
There you go.
But coming up for us tonight, we've got the 15th annual Colina Push-a-thon. It's going to be held at Sandiland soon. We're going to be talking to them all about how you can make sure that you don't miss out on making a difference there.
Absolutely. Such a big event. We're looking forward to talking about it tonight and more, of course, on Access Now.
So we'll stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, Our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Let's make this moment last forever. Let's start a family together. With a house, a car, and kids. Oh, I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered. I know it.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Well, that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Firstly, this is the 70th year that we're doing this here in Exuma. It has a brand of itself and a following that keep people coming back year after year. The challenge for these regattas is that we don't have enough rooms, enough capacity to accommodate everyone who want to come. So up to yesterday, I'm receiving phone calls, people looking for rooms. I've offered them some tents on the beach because the reality is there are no more rooms, no more rental cars. The restaurants are full, the vendors are making money, and it truly is a great time in Exuma. That's a part of the importance of domestic tourism. People are coming from all across these islands to watch sailing, our national sport. But we also have a lot of tourists from abroad who are here and enjoying Regatta. And hopefully over time, as a result of us naming sailing as our national sport, we will have people from around the world coming to experience our authentic version of sailing.
So we've seen over the past few years, especially after we named sailing a national sport, that the National Family Island Regatta has seen an influx of not just persons coming here in regards to renting homes and renting cars, but also the sailors themselves. So we've seen an influx of boats being built, especially in the E-class, C-class, and we have the largest registration of vessels in the history of this regatta actually this year. So we're excited that persons from, Eleuthera is now part of the regatta, Exuma and Cat Island and Long Island and persons across the country travel here, across international waters, travel here to be a part of regatta and to enjoy the activities on land as well as to watch sailors sail.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. This is Tourism Today.
Tributes continue to pour in for Peter Gowdy, the disabled community and Tripartite Council, both appreciative for his work in the community.
Plus, a former employee here at the Broadcasting Corporation receives recognition. Those details straight ahead.
Also, Believers Embassy International celebrates another year in ministry. Stay close for that.
And in sports, a recap of the National Family Island Regatta in Exuma.
Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royson Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Welcome indeed. Now, over the weekend, BIC's Taste and Tell Expo brought together food, craft, and culture from across the Bahamas. And it was a great showing and even included a pepper challenge, which for some reason I decided to enter. Marlena, 6 rounds in, I was in pain. 6 rounds. 6 rounds of pepper.
How many? Okay.
I didn't win. I came second. But to the person who was shouting in the background, "You can do it, Royson!" I really appreciate it, but I couldn't do it.
I'm sure they're still proud of you, because after 6 rounds, second place after 6 rounds of pain, I still think most people would consider that a win. You're still on the podium, you still get your silver medal.
There was no prize. There's a $500 prize for first place, but no prize for second place. Pride indeed. I have to ask you, though, what's your pain tolerance for pepper?
I like spice, but a little bit of heat, so I'm gonna put a kick in it, but I don't, if my mouth is burning, I can't even taste the food anymore. What's the point? No. So.
Eyes burning, mouth burning. No, my ears
sweating,
are even burning.
No,
For now, let's dive right into the news. A respected advocate of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employees Confederation has lost one of its most devoted advocates. Peter Gowdy, head of the Chamber's Labor and Human Resources Division, is being remembered for his lasting impact on communities across the Bahamas. Dr. Anthony Hamilton from the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities describes Gowdy as someone who made a lasting impression.
Mr. Gowdy is a well-rounded community person, not only engaged with the Commission, but as a member of the community of persons with disabilities, a great advocate and mediator in that space, also a member of the Chamber of Commerce and several other entities, and he would have made substantive contribution with regard to the improved quality of life for persons with disabilities.
He has left an indelible mark on the lives of persons with disabilities, and his legacy will forever be carried on by myself and all of us within the Commission. And as Dr. Hamilton said, it's going to take an effort on part of every one of us as commissioners and by extension within the community of persons with disabilities to ensure that his legacy and his dream continues.
Beyond his work within the disabled community, Gowdy's impact also extended into national development, where he played a key role in advocating for stronger support and resources.
I think the one impact that really stands out to me more, is the fact that Peter left. When Peter left us as the treasurer of the National Tripartite Council. Peter was adamant in the support that the law dictates for the Tripartite Council. He was always relentless in wanting more for the tripartite body, wanting more respect, wanting more finances for us to run our programs.
Well, a celebration of life, legacy, and faith taking place at Epiphany Anglican Church as members of the ZNS family gathered in worship in honor of former staff member Michael Thompson. Thompson, a veteran employee of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas with expertise in engineering, celebrated his 92nd birthday surrounded by former colleagues, friends, and loved ones, receiving a plaque for outstanding performance and highlighting the legacy he's left behind. BCB Chairman Picewell Forbes emphasized to the congregation that Thompson's contributions to the corporation have not been forgotten.
Mike would have been there as a sound man, an engineer, a cameraman, a floor director, doing everything. On behalf of my family, my broadcast family, who I'm very proud of, the Retirees Association, and to you, Mike, we thank you for your stewardship. We thank you for your stick-to-itiveness. We thank you for paying attention to things that needed to get done.
Former BCB Chairman Mike Smith adding that the celebration is twofold, as Thompson's birthday also aligns with the upcoming 90th anniversary of ZNS Radio, proving that ZNS employees have always been focused on the promotion of the corporation.
It's been a tremendous opportunity today to be with our colleagues here at Epiphany. So we're celebrating two things. We're celebrating the 90th anniversary of ZNS and the 92nd anniversary of Mike Thompson as a human being. And the two, I think, the two celebrations go hand in hand, because we also have the retirees here today, which has been established now for about 16 or 17 years. And we stay together as a fraternity, and we do whatever we can to promote ZNS.
Now, speaking of celebration, celebrating 9 years of ministry and community, Believers Embassy International marking its anniversary with a special service and family-focused activities. The anniversary bringing together members and visitors for a time of worship and gratitude, allowing what church pastor Stephen Monroe says is a moment to reflect on its growth over the last few years.
We have done a plethora of things. So, for example, we have our back-to-school extravaganza where we help more than 4,000 kids get back to school with brand new books, bags, all that good stuff. Of course, we have a senior care team that goes around to the different seniors' homes in this country, and we cater to them with feeding them and just spending time with them. And of course, we have the Feed the 5,000 where we go around to all of the schools and we give them breakfasts and different things like that, who we partner in this community. And then, of course, we have our regular give back in our communities.
With consistent focus on community impact and being the village for the family, Monroe says providing a fun day-styled event to celebrate the anniversary is crucial to assisting the overall well-being of the community.
We're celebrating them today, all of our kids and everyone that's here today. We're just, recognizing persons that have helped to lift my hands, and then also helped us to make an impact in our community, and of course, by extension, this nation.
Still to come, Sandilands Rehabilitation Center is in the house officially.
And Diane Dorset has your access weather forecast, so stay close.
Western New Providence Primary School District, under the leadership of District Superintendent Jermaine Butler, hosted an award ceremony recently to celebrate the accomplishments of its educational community.
The Western New Providence Primary
I don't see level leaders. I don't see head janitors and head going studio here. I see people.
Among the special guests attending was former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, who was honored as the community partner for Gambier Primary School. Education Minister the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin and Director Dominique McCartney Russell highlighted the importance of recognizing all members of the educational community.
Our young people are the most incredible resource this nation has. And we also know that we probably are just beginning to touch the surface of development of that resource. So education, when it's done right and done well, is the process by which we tap into the potential, the vast potential of our children and young people.
Student achievement is maximized when all stakeholders, educators, families, and communities work in concert. To honor schools, therefore, is to recognize the interdependence of these actors in the collective labor that sustains excellence.
John Lee McIntosh for Air Talk.
A very good Monday evening to you. I hope everyone had a great weekend. It's time for your Access Weather Forecast. Your quick look at what's shaping our weather for the next few days. Our satellite picture shows a broad area of cloudiness associated with a prefrontal trough. Grand Bahama and Abaco got another round of showers and thunderstorms earlier today. And as it moves southeastward, coverage won't be widespread, but we may still get a stray shower or two with things expected to clear up by tomorrow morning. Now, about halfway through the week, a pattern change kicks in, drier air moves in, rain chances drop off, and we return to mostly sunny skies. Now, taking a look at your boating forecast in the northwest and central Bahamas tonight through Wednesday, we'll get light and variable winds, seas at 1 to 3 feet, a low tide at 12:15 in the morning, and the high tide at 6:14. Then in the southeast Bahamas tonight through Wednesday, we'll get northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots with seas at 2 to 4 feet. It is time now for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
My work is on the water. Free diving, thrown out line is how I survive. Listen, from Boggy to Yellowtail, from Jackfish to Killer Whale.
That was your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance, and that wraps up your Access Weather Forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great evening, everyone.
As always, thanks so much, Dad. Now, the wheels are in motion for the 15th annual Kalina Push-a-thon, which is coming up. The event has success over the years and carried over each year in a really big way. And here to tell us all about it is Dr. Keith Rivers.
Thank you so much for joining us on Access Now.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Now, obviously, this event has been going on, like we said, 15 years.
Absolutely.
What is the aim of this event and how has it grown?
Oh, it's grown tremendously. But the main focus of the event is to humanize healthcare. So it allows staff and patient to interact in a human way, not just as roles, but actually as people. And it also improves patients' outcome through a care-based service, and it helps to reduce staff burnout. And one thing that is very, very important is it allows the community to get involved in patient care because caregivers, family members, people from all gamuts of the community come together and help to make this event successful.
That's so big. That has a trifold impact on both the community, the patients, and of course the staff. And it boosts morale for everybody, which is beautiful.
Definitely.
What's the theme for this year, if we can ask?
Oh, the theme for this year is out of bed, full speed ahead.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention that our patron for this year is Dr. Shana Jagadish. He's been the longest serving doctor of the geriatrics hospital.
Wow.
Even though he's retired, he still has that record. And he's such an amazing person because he's always been into healthcare, patient mobility, exercise, nutrition, and he's an amazing person because not only did he work in the geriatrics hospital, but he also worked at Princess Margaret Hospital in all of the different services, pediatric, general medicine.
The whole health
and
of the community.
Yes, and he even worked on the Family Island, so he's an amazing guy, and we're honoring this year.
Amazing. Now, you mentioned the community connection, and of course I wanted to ask, is it open to people throughout the community, or is it just for patients and doctors?
It's open for patients, for persons throughout the community, not just patients and doctors. So you too are allowed to come and join in and push the thorn and, you know, get some exercise in.
Wonderful.
Before we let you go, can you please briefly remind us of the date and time it's going to be happening?
Yes, the date and time is the 4th of July. It starts at 6 a.m., but people start getting there around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I don't want to leave without thanking Kalina. They've been extremely generous over the year. I really want to mention Miss Maxine Seymour. She's been very, very helpful in providing funds for this event. It would not have been possible without her and the other sponsors.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Can't wait to see what comes of it. Hopefully I'll be better by then to be pushing along as well.
Waiting to see you there.
Stay with us. Sports with Amajal Knowles is up right after this break.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pintard says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. Some burgers are simple. The Barbecue Crispy King, this one goes all in. Smoky barbecue sauce, crispy bacon, flame grilled beef, stacked high flavor in every bite. In Nassau, we don't do small, and we definitely don't do boring. And when morning hits, the Breakfast Barbecue Crispy King has that bam to start the day. Burger King Nassau, triple down on big flavor.
The surprise of this spring? How easy it is to save at Super Value and Quality supermarkets. Bumblebee Flake Tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.39. Riceland Parboiled Rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Green Cabbage, 99 cents per pound. Boneless Chicken Breast, $2.99 per pound. Smoked Picnic Hams, $2.99 per pound. For every meal, for every snack, nobody feeds the family like Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
At We Buy and Sell, we help you upgrade your home the smart way, from solar panels and solar lights to strong doors, storm-ready windows, tiles, mirrors, vanities, faucets, and more. Everything you need is right here under one roof. Great quality products, great price, and fast, friendly service every day. Visit us on Robinson Road or send us a message on WhatsApp 242-636-8412 or shop anytime at wbusbahamas.com. We buy and sell. Upgrade your home today.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Well, if you were among the handful of Bahamians that wasn't in Exuma this weekend for the 7th edition of the National Family Island Regatta, you certainly missed out on a memorable time. The festivities on the land were only equaled by the exciting race action on the water. Our Charles Fisher is finally back in the capital and gives us this regatta recap.
For the big boys in Class A, 9 sloops lined up for the 4 days. Now, despite experiencing some technical problems and finishing 9th in the first race, the Prime Minister's Cup, the crew of New Legend able to get their sails intact and capture the overall championship, skipped by David Knowles, Long Island.
It's a big regatta to win. It ain't easy, it's been a while.
On the 3 races, we got 2 fences and a third. And I said, that's good enough. I said, let's bury Exuma.
over in Class B, who says the best sailors are from Long Island and Exuma. Well, the boys from Abaco and the Lonesome Dove proving they are in the talks as well, winning it for 2 years in a row, back to back.
Man, back to back. Back to back is number one, but the huge thing is 6 out of the last 7 we have won B class since 2017. So it's almost mind blowing. But our crew is so disciplined and militant. I think we're really pulling it off all the time.
Just days after burying his daughter, Stephen Knowles riding that emotion to capture the C class in the boat named in his mother's honor, the Sassy Sue, beating out 39 other sloops.
At the last minute, I really wasn't going to come anymore. But, my daughter would have preferred for me to be here, so I decided to come anyhow. I've been trying to do my best out there, considering circumstances. I ended up having a spasm injury, a muscle injury in my arm also. I still weathered the storm, went out there and did my best.
Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs responsible for regattas, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, during Saturday's closing, stressing the importance of regattas to the islands.
We're not just celebrating our national sport, we are celebrating who we are as a people. Because, let's be clear, sailing is not just something we do in the Bahamas. It's who we are. It's our national sport. It's our history. It's our communities. And it is in this pride we feel every time those sails hit the water.
Up next on the sailing calendar, Barry Tarry Homecoming and Regatta, May 22nd through the 25th in the settlement known as the City by the Sea. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Back here in the capital, boxing in the country set to receive a major boost thanks in large to the revitalization of a major program. This is over the weekend. The newly established Bahamas Boxing Academy was launched at the National Boxing Facility at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex. The program hoping to produce the next generation of boxing champions from throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Several notable persons on hand, including Prime Minister Honorable Philip Davis, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Honorable Mario Bolag, and Chairman of the Boxing Academy, Nick Mohan.
The Bahamas Boxing Academy will continue expanding its reach nationwide over the coming months, thanks to generous new donations from its chairman to give our athletes a fighting chance. Boxing in the Bahamas, of course, we all know, has a long and proud history. I remember drama in the Bahamas very well. I was there. I was part of the emotional team. I saw firsthand what boxing means to this nation, what it does for community sport and spirit. Thanks to this boxing academy, boxing is firmly back on the map.
These gyms here today exists because our Bahamian coaches never gave up on boxing. Because a group of young fighters kept showing up to a crumbling gym here in Nassau, and equally from Freeport to Abaco to Inagua, Bahamians are fighters. Those of us blessed with supporting that spirit, the donors, the builders, the sponsors, we are just here to give them the opportunity that they deserve to be the best versions of themselves.
And in track and field news, it was a stellar performance from the St. Augustine's Big Red Machines girls 4x1 team, who would have the race of their lives this weekend at the Penn Relays in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The team competing in the 4x1 relay in the international final. The quartet of Teray Forbes, Alexis Roberts, Logan Stubbs, and Darvini Dean won the event's gold medal and set a race record, stopping the clock in 45.90 seconds. The former record was set just last year by Jamaica's relay team of Leanne Johnson, Dora Campbell, Shania Campbell, and Malia Duncombe. The previous record was 46.02. And that's been a look at your sports on this Monday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury breadbasket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Fuel the difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
At Koshright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Koshright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Koshright, where membership truly has its privileges.
You're looking at a shot of the Attorney General's office and the Ministry of National Security on JFK. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Shane Gibson. And it's time now to take a trip to Exuma. Let's go.
The Governor General making a special visit during her time in Exuma for the National Family Island Regatta. And as Charles Fisher tells us tonight, the occasion was cause for major celebration.
The settlement of Williamstown getting a special guest Thursday for a very special